Hey guys, thanks for clicking. We've got a hot topic for you, so check it out. So the life of a lender, talking to the lender and working with the lender. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, and I think we touched on this sometimes, the fear people have of talking to a lender.
Right.
Because they're afraid of, I don't want my credit to be messed up. I don't want to, I don't want to find out that I don't qualify for anything.
Exactly.
How does that factor into your life, your day to day, and how you ease people
The
through
tension.
that?
Yeah. So I think a big part of it is education, like I mentioned. So just making them comfortable and kind of taking away the fears that people have. We can walk through the process. I let people know with the pre-approval, there's no cost or commitment. So if we go through, if they don't qualify for what they want right now, or if they just decide, I'm going to rent for another year. That's not a problem at all. We're here to help, and I'll let them know even in that waiting period, I can help them, through that process.
Yeah. And when people are meeting with you and talking with you, there's a lot of, because it's, let's face it, talking with the lender, when you get to that point and you're getting all your stuff together, it can be a very tedious process. Right, to get all that information. So throw out a tidbit. What do you need from them off the jump?
Yeah. So typically we'll have clients fill out an online application. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. It'll have you put in information like, where do you work? How long have you worked there? We need to show a 2-year work history. So there's things like that. It'll prompt them through. I typically like to review documentation up front. So that's a little bit different than, let's say, like an online lender. They're just going to take, your application and tell you, okay, you made $200,000 a year, which maybe you just put in an extra zero, whatever you put in.
An extra zero.
So they won't review. They'll just read what you plugged in and say you're approved off of this. What I like to do is, for the pre-approval, is review some documentation up front so we can confirm, what you're putting in is actually what we can use to qualify. So, for example, if someone puts in they've made, $1,000 a month, and let's say in overtime, you have to, on our end, you have to have a 2-year history of receiving overtime before we can use that income. So there's things like that we have to do to follow, Fannie and Freddie's guidelines, whatever the loan program, to then consider what income we can use to qualify. So the documentation I typically like to ask for up front is 30 days of pay stubs, last 60 days of bank statements, and then the last 2 years of W-2s or 1099s.
Okay. So, and by the way, I'm going to put all of this in the description as like a bullet points.
Yeah.
Right? So because this is important.
Yeah.
30 days of check stubs.
Mm-hmm.
2 months of
bank statements.
And then 2 years
Yes.
of W-2s.
Yes.
You get all that together, you fill out the online application. So you will receive all that information, read the application, verify all of it, looking at the financial documents they provide, and that's where you generate your pre-approval.
Correct.
Right.
So I'll let them know, I'll let clients know the maximum that they qualify for. In that initial phone call with a client, I'll also, when we're talking about what they're looking for, I'll ask them, what is your target or comfort payment? A lot of times what, the maximum someone qualifies for isn't necessarily what they want to spend month to month.
Right.
So I like to get that number from them up front. So then once I'm, working to get them pre-approved, I'll let them know, you qualify up to $500,000 purchase price, but based on where we want to keep our payment, you'd really be looking at, $400,000, whatever it might be.
Right.
So at least they know, they have the flexibility to go up higher if they find, their dream house or something they love when they start looking at homes with you. But they can get a better range. And so too, showing homes we don't want to always show homes way outside their budget,
Right.
and then get their hopes up that
Right.
the homes in their price point or where they want to be don't look like that.
Absolutely. Hey there, thanks for watching. Make sure to click that subscribe button and be on the lookout for our next video.